eating red meat. How many of us are eating 2 or 3 times a day red meat without even thinking about the dangers it causes our health and our environment? What is red meat anyway? Red meat is a darker color meat. The USDA defines red meat as all meat from livestock. Red meat is considered to be beef, lamb, and pork. What I hope to convince you of today is that eating red meat is dangerous to your health and to our environment. Not only do the dangers of eating red meat lead to the development of cancers, many types of cancers, but eating red meat is unhealthy because it's strongly acidic. Chronic diseases such as cancer, heart disease, osteoporosis, and diabetes begin because it has the acidic environment. Meat is high in iron. Iron has been demonstrated to promote cancer. It's known to promote cancer, and it promotes the spread and the growth of the existing cancer itself. The iron in meat is highly absorbable. So not only that, when you eat red meat, you also, it weakens the bones. You lose a lot of the calcium from your body because of the uric acid in it. And red meat also causes osteoporosis, which is a term for clogging and stopping the blood from running in our arteries. So it's kind of closing the blood in our arteries. It is caused because of large deposits of fat and cholesterol. Atherosclerosis and cardiovascular diseases are known to be the #1 cause of death in the world by disease. The meat industry uses an astronomical amount of antibiotics to keep the livestock fresh, sort of. According to A. Robbins from Live and Health, the amount of antibiotics used is 55%, which is astronomical. Antibiotics weakens the immune system. According to J. Robbins from Diet for New America, eating red meat causes cancer. The risk of fatal prostate cancer for men who eat red meat is 3.6 higher than those who don't. The increased risk of breast cancer for women is 38 times higher than women who don't eat red meat. What is it about red meat that causes cancer? One factor about the dangers of red meat seems to be inherent. Heme, the pigment that is hemoglobin, which gives the red color to meat, it gives us the red color in our blood, is also present in red meat. Scientists in the UK have discovered that when heme is broken down in our gut, it forms chemicals that's called N-nitrosol compounds. These compounds damage the DNA of the cells which line our digestive system. Damage to DNA is the initial step which leads to cancer. Now that we know the dangers of eating red meat, let's look at how we can prevent it from happening. By reducing red meat from 5 times a week to once a week, we will benefit in the following ways. We will lower our risk of getting cancer. We will lower our risk of general diseases because of less consumption of antibiotics that is in our system. Now that we know the health hazards of red meat, let's look at how it affects our environment. The meat industry is one of the world's biggest environmental destructive forces. 35 pounds of topsoil is in the production production of 1 pound of steak. Half of the wells and surface streams in the U.S. is contaminated by agricultural pollutants that is directly related to cattle farming. Every 24 hours, the livestock of the U.S. produces 20 billion pounds of waste. Now that we have seen the environmental hazards of eating red meat, let's look at how the amount of meat in our bodies, the amount we need in our bodies in order to stay healthy. So how much red meat is allowable in daily diet? Some people say that no more than 18 ounces of red meat that we need in a week. The amount of red meat that poses high risk for men is 3 ounces per day. For women, it is 2 ounces a day. A study shows that a minimal risk for colon cancer for men is realized when they eat less than 1.5 ounces of red meat. I've shown you how the increased amount of eating red meat influences your health. I've showed you how when eating red meat creates environmental hazards. So next time, before eating red meat, before eating at a restaurant, a hamburger or a steak, stop for a second and think about all the consequences that will follow on your health and the environment. So just say no to red meat and pick instead organic or free-range meat. Thank you.